do miss my babies. I do miss my babies. Probably go to her school. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I've been watching this show on Prime called The Terminal List, Dark Wolf, and it's so good. Sasa is doing a lot better. He's been staying with me, enjoying his nap, and I've been able to watch him sleep. I have been subbing on my leave, so I definitely enjoy that. It's definitely something to do that I don't mind doing. And it's on my free time, and of course, you know, I love me a couple extra dollars. I'm subbing today at high school, and it's only half day, so that's good because I'm at a high school, and baby, I cannot do all day at a high school. But yeah, I'm just like reading the notes that the teacher left, and baby, yeah. But this is what I chose to do on my leave and my off day, so can't complain. Yeah, at least I do miss my babies. I do miss my babies. My babies are like so easy, but my back has been tore up, so I cannot wrestle with no babies right now. So yep, just took half day at the high school at Port St. Lucie High, so we'll let you know how it go later.
Hey guys, so I forgot to get back with y'all to tell y'all about my high school that I was subbing for yesterday, because it was yesterday. That school, oh my god, never again. I said back in the day that I was never going back to high school. Oh my god, this pimple is so huge, oh my god. But I said I was never going back to a high school, and I still went back to a high school because I'm like, maybe it was just those kids, but no, I legit do not like high schoolers. Actually, it's 11th and 10th grade that is just like, ugh. Not only are they musty, they are rude, and they don't listen. So they weren't rude to me per se. They were just like, and you could tell if they have like a teacher that don't play. If they have like a teacher that's like never there, like the one that I did yesterday, or just don't care enough, they not gonna do no work. They not gonna do nothing. So the teacher kind of left like this packet or whatever for them to do, and they didn't do nothing. She didn't leave nothing for me, no instructions to say, okay, once they completed this assignment, then they will start the other assignment. She didn't do none of that. It was like, figure it out. So, you know, half of the class was like working on some stuff. The other half was talking about sex. Yes, 11 graders. Your 11th graders are at school talking about sex. They're talking about eating the booty. They're talking about what was the conversation? One of them, she's married because she has a kid, Hispanic. And so they were telling her that they already know that she's busted out because she got a kid. Yes, these are the conversations that they're having instead of doing their schoolwork. Now, you can try your best to tell them, hey, that's inappropriate, let's not talk about that anymore. But that's all that's on their brain. That's all that's on their mind. The conversations that I heard, your 11th graders are at school talking about picking them up and doing oral on them in the car. And I'm not going to say where are the parents, because I could just imagine, just playing devil's advocate here. You're a parent who is struggling in this economy and decide that you want to do 2 jobs to provide a roof over your children's head and to provide them with, you know, adequate care, and you're at work, working during this time. Meanwhile, your child is sneaking out of the house. They know you have a camera at the door, so they tell whoever to pull up down the street. They're going to meet them there, and then they're going to perform oral on each other in the car. This is what your 11th graders are talking about in school. And I am just a little bit like, that's just me playing devil's advocate, because I can only assume that's what happened, like their parents is at work. Because if you're an active parent, you're not going to tell your child, oh yeah, go do what you want to do, just make sure you do it down the street. So I just don't know. I was very disgusted. And this is majority of them. This, like I said, is the second time. Majority of them, these are the conversations that they're having at school with no guidance. No guidance. They have no guidance. It's the blind leading the blind. They're just going off, feeding off of each other's experiences and trying to, you know, mimic each other. At least when I was going through school, we didn't really talk about that stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And there was a level of respect between us. Like, it was like, oh shit, Christian, don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a little bit of decorum about what they were doing when we were in school. So nobody just flat out just telling their business like that. But these 11th graders, the 10th graders, they just didn't want to do their assignment. But 11th graders, they don't want to do their assignment, and all that's on their head, male-centered, man, full up them head. So that's 11th grade. 12th grade, surprisingly, 12th grade gave me no issues. They came, sat down, silent, because baby, they know if they about to hit the real world real soon. So they have to get their stuff together silent. I mean, working on all assignments. Who didn't have to go to the counselor, talk about graduation stuff, or if they're behind or whatever. They were literally in the class doing their work. Whatever the teacher left for them, they found it, they did it. They didn't give me no problems. They didn't even care if my name was Miss Brown. They didn't even ask me to go to the restroom. Just to let you know, them kids was in the books. Because they know life is about to happen. Like, you graduate high school, life is about to happen. The 11th graders are just probably like, oh, we got time. Yes. So that's how that went. Today I did a one-on-one at Sasa School. And I just dropped him off. I didn't even go bother him or try to see what he was doing or whatever, because I was so exhausted. They tried to play me, y'all. They had me from 8:45 to 12:30, but gonna tell me they want me to work till 1 o'clock, but they not gonna pay me till 1 o'clock. So I had to skedaddle. I'm sorry. Had to skedaddle. Yeah, but it was easy. Quick one-on-one. One thing I should say, if you are a parent of a child with autism and high functioning or level, I would say level 1 or 2, fret not, because your kids are in school doing their thing, okay? I don't know if sometimes, because I talk to some of the parents when I bring them out, and they're like, and I'm the same way, you don't know that child in school. That child in school is working hard, diligent. The child at home is tearing up the house. But the child at school is diligent. They're following the rules. When I say I will give me a special needs class any day instead of a general ed, because special needs, baby, they just want stuff done the way how it's supposed to be done, on schedule, on task, every single time. They are structured. They follow the rules. If you say no talking, they're not going to talk. But you see that general ed class, baby, you have to really wonder. But yes, I had a one-on-one today. So smart, super smart. Didn't have to do nothing with him. He already knew his routine. I just had to make sure, like, you know, he didn't elope or put anything that he's not supposed to put in his mouth. But other than that, I didn't have to help him with nothing. He already knew what he was doing. And baby, he was in advanced classes. So when I tell y'all, fret not, because God gonna work it out. Your baby's gonna be all right. So now I just had some quick lunch, and I'm about to go pick up Bear in a second. Well, not in a second. She still got about an hour and some change left. But I didn't feel like driving all the way home, so I'm probably just gonna chill out in this parking lot. Probably go to her school. I took a nap yesterday, 30-minute nap at her school yesterday. So I'll probably do the same thing here. Probably leave out here, probably the next 20 or so minutes, drive to her school, then take a nap in the parking lot at her school. And go from there. But y'all, let me tell you, I have been praying and seeking God's face, because there is a lot of stuff I feel like the devil is trying to attack my family right now. And the only way that I'm going to win this attack is if I fight spiritual. It's a spiritual attack or spiritual warfare on me, on my family right now. And the only way that I can defeat this is if I stay in the word. So I have been fasting from social media, and just like a lot of, like, you know, conversations and stuff like that. I've been really fasting and seeking the face of God, because he's the only person that's going to be able to help me through this. The other day I was having some very serious, like, I went real black, like real dark, into a very dark space. And I haven't went in that space in over 60 years. And I was just, well, 7 years, over 7 years. And I've been good. I thought that I would, you know, be able to, I guess, win that test, because I've been tested before and I've seen what God has done for me. And I really thought that I would pass that test, but I did not pass it. I did not pass it. I went right back to, you know, like what I knew. And it's sad, because, like, I know probably the devil was probably like, I told you she wouldn't pass. But I went exactly where I was. My mind went exactly where it was. I didn't do anything. It's just like my mind, like, I have to get my space, my head space, like, out of that deep thought and that deep, you know, to get out of there. Because, you know, once you start going down that dark space, it's really hard for you to pull yourself back out of. Without saying a lot, of course, you know, I have a clearance to protect, so I can't really say a lot out here. But like I said, like, I had to really pull my head back into, like, a space of, you know, to think right. So I had to fight it with prayer and fasting, because, like, I want to be here for my kids. I want to be here for my family. I want to be here to see the successes of my children. And so like I don't want to do anything, because once you start having these thoughts, you start acting on these thoughts. And so I just want to make sure that I wasn't doing anything or will do anything that would put me in a spot to where I will not be able to see those things that I want to see for my children. Not suicidal, so that's not what I mean, but you know, so anyways, like I was saying, I just had to really been fasting to, you know, seek God's face to get me through this time that I'm going through, because you know what, people can really, the people that you say you love and you care about, those are the people that you tend to, whenever they hurt you like in the worst way, like in disappointments, in just like the things that you never expect them to do. Disloyalty is like, that really hurts. That really hurts, like especially, you know, like a friend, someone who you consider like a really close friend, someone who, you know, even your partner or whatever, when they do stuff that's very disloyal and just like disappointing, like it's really hard to kind of like look at them, you know, and give them forgiveness and give them grace. And so in this season, I'm trying to ask God to give me the, you know, fix my heart posture so that I can be forgiving and forgive people. I don't know, because like I said, I am trying to change. Back in 2014, had they did what they did to me now, I probably would never speak to them ever again. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, I probably would have taunted them. I probably would have let them lead down the path to want to do stuff to themselves. But I am trying. I'm not trying. I am doing it. Like I have changed. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. And hopefully, when I come out from the end of, on the other side of what it is that I'm dealing with, I am hopeful and I'm prayerful and I am optimistic that God is going to restore everything that was taken away, restore everything that was, you know, removed from my life, anything that was, you know, I was robbed of. Like I'm prayerful and hopeful and optimistic that He will restore that 10 times fold. I am big, I'm an Aquarius. I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on supporting people, pushing people to their max potential. And you know, like I love my friends. Like if I say I love you, like I love you, like with everything. Like I have friends that go through situations and it hurt me more than it hurt them. So you know, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I do take on a lot of other people's, like, you know, whatever they're feeling, like I take it on as well. So I'm just you know, in a space where I learn to just accept people for who they are, and what you see is what you get. And like I said, replace, restore everything that was lost 10 times fold. That is what I'm looking forward to. Of recently, and I know like I'm starting to feel better, because recently I'm like, I think I'm ready to get married. Like right now, like I'm in a free spirit, like seeking God and reading the Bible and everything. I'm like, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to share my life with my partner. I'm ready to, you know, of course, like my partner, if he decides that he wants more children, like to give him more children. So that's where I'm headed right now. I'm not 100% there yet, but I am getting there. And just like in the meantime, when I deal with this, like certain situations, I just have to step back from, and just like have God work that out while, you know, I am dealing with him. So I just don't want to engage with certain things, because I feel like that's gonna mess up my journey with God at the moment. But that's where I'm at, and like I'm very, I don't know, like I don't know, like the other day, like I was reading my Bible and I just, you know, I don't know if it was God that spoke to me. I'm still trying to decipher, but it was just like, your time, like the love and abundance is coming, and everything, like I said, will be restored. And I'm happy and I'm expectant of it, that God is gonna send my beau, my husband, my person and family man, you know, for me and my 2 children. So I'm grateful about that.